Lilia. Sorry, Wan. All right.
All right. It's an old favorite for Kelra.
All right. They can duel pretty well. Most of these people.
You saw the lineup ratings.
Welcome
to
here, Mobile Legends.
It's quite a difference. About a 7.5 versus a 4.9 or so. But this time around, we'll see if RORA can at least get to a later game. Because if you missed game 1, it was because it was a record-breaking, 934 or so. So we'll see. Adjustments here. Ingon, how are we feeling about the lineups?
Okay, so far, I like that the Terizla is finally on the XP lane in the hands of Edward. Because yesterday, we saw Edward rock this Terizla. Huge win, huge gameplay coming in from Legend Zero. So, and looking back at the lineup rating again, Aurora has a more balanced lineup. So I think they can counter out or at least prevent the early aggression that FNATIC ONIC plans to do.
Yeah, part of this too is, I mean, we've seen this a couple times now, like Leo and Rockhard mentioned, you know, the Eve, it's only, what, maybe two players, right, that have found success on it.
Few.
Super Prince and Few being those two.
Few players.
Yeah, literally a few players. And, you know, for the most part, like, yeah, you want to fight around the box, but I think even regardless of the Eve or not, the big thing here is, once again, Brusco having his hands here on the Gatakacha, like, this is going to be a problem, I feel like, for RORA.
Okay, stun onto Brusco. You want to burst him down.
Wow.
But instead, Renegade is the one who's going to fall. First blood will be picked up by Brusco, the one they were targeting. FNATIC, just turn it around.
As I was just saying, like that is the big thing for me, because right now the teams that do go ahead and grab the Gatakacha, like he's a little elusive, because when you are targeting him down, even this early point in the game, and he has a Revitalize and he's tanky, and then he get that little extra heal from his passive, like it's tough, because you think you're gonna take him out, and then all of a sudden, boom, he gets a shot in, passive procs, Revitalize goes through, and then next thing you know, he's half health, right?
Yeah. And also the fast star response, the teammates of Brusco to aid him in bringing down Renegade, a Carmilla who's quite tanky, as Brusco is even just holding the turtle and eventually waiting for a King Kong to appear with his Nolan. So let's see.
Fine. They're going to approach this. Edward, like you said, this time around, he'll hold that front side, does have the penalty zone and the flicker available, so they're actually going to take this very slowly. Super Prince also waiting around the corner. There's a knock-in.
And an onward combination onto Renegade. King Kong just waiting for the perfect opportunity. But still, Demon Kite gets it. Edward goes in as well as Brusco, and Renegade again will fall down. But Demon Kite will get the turtle.
Yeah, Demon Kite gets the turtle. That might be all they're looking for right now. They don't want to give too much over to FNATIC ONIC Philippines. Again, this lineup that they have, especially the fact that we have Renegade on a Carmilla, they want to be able to play into their team fights, especially later on. And what I mean by that, too, is for Domeng to use that Harith later, once that Curse of Blood is used, or UA lands that knock through with the Eternal Guard, then that's great. But they need certain timings with RORA's lineup, whereas FNATIC ONIC, they have enough crowd control and just kind of innate durability on the lineup that they have that they can actually just fight. They can skirmish. They can be fine. And whether King Kong is there or not, damage going to come through between, you know, Super Friends, Kirk, and Brusco, especially because Kirk has the Warcry Emblem, and he already gets the Thunder Belt locked in at this point in the game.
Yeah, he actually likes it when you're dealing damage to him, because eventually, when his passive is stacked, and he casts his Primal Wrath,
boom.
Oh, you're the one who's going to need an ambulance.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, like the durability of this lineup is tough. Whoa, here we go. This is, by the way, real quick, the all-time total damage taken in MPL Philippines from Season 1 to Season 14. That's a whole lot of numbers.
1.380548055.
That's 1,380,548,055. That's a lot of damage.
So now there's a race. There's a big damn race between total minutes watched, hours watched versus total damage.
We're all about billions today.
Yeah, billions.
Man, what would I do for some billions?
Billions of what?
Pesos.
Pesos?
Pesos or dollars, whichever, you know? I mean,
you know what I would do? I would get all the recalls of all the teams in MPL PH.
That's the first thing you would do if you had billions. All right, you know what?
That means I need a financial advisor.
No, we'll leave it at that. You know, yeah, at that point, no, you have all the calls. Turtle's up here, second one of the game. Back to it. Kirk holding down the front side. And Renegade trying to get some vision there as well.
Okay.
They're going to go for this. King Kong waiting patiently. Super Prince also picking up the glowing wand in this. They'll take their time. Is Demonkai able to get this?
Brusco with the AOG, and this time King Kong gets the turtle. Brusco pops his Revitalize, still wanting to go on to Renegade. Edward goes in with the penalty zone, plus the removal manipulation coming in for Super Prince. And let's see, because King Kong's still working on Yue, and he's going to bring down Yue. A turtle plus a kill. No trades for Aurora.
Yeah, that time around, Aurora doesn't get the turtle, unfortunately for them. And you see how like slow they're taking those too. Like they're taking them, that turtle to about half health or a little bit lower. They wait and wait, and then FNOP just like, yeah, we'll fight you. And that's the power, once again, of having this real-world manipulation, having the options to even just jump in with Brusco with that Avatar of the Guardian, because you can see this, you know, he doesn't even have that first item locked in, but what is there is that Thunderbelt for Kirk. You've got the glowing one, like we mentioned from Super Prince earlier. Counter-Strike only here for King Kong, but the fighting power is going to come later for Aurora's lineup, especially when Domeng starts joining the fights, and they hopefully can play into that Curse of Blood, like I said, from Renegade, but Renegade's nearly having the same experience that he did in the previous game.
Yeah, he's having a hard time easily getting bursted down and targeted out by even Brusco. And I like the dynamic between Brusco and Kirk, because Kirk is the frontliner, the zoner, the vision provider, and Brusco's just waiting for the brushes for the perfect AOG like this. Gonna catch you, gonna get bursted down by Super Prince as they work on the mid lane turret. Now Demon Kite trying to go for a trade, across map play up top and down bottom for Domeng, and they will get a turret.
I'm telling you, man, this, I like the way Leo mentioned it earlier. Gato Ka Cha. Like, this hero is so annoying for the team going against it, because you're not even safe under your turret. You always have to worry about where is this guy hero landing on. Like, that's what he's doing.
He's the epitome of tower dive. Literally
he's
diving.
Literally a tower dive.
He's literally a tower dive. Might be even tankier than a tower.
Yeah.
As King Kong works on the top lane turret, but Renegade though, he has a stun, okay. But he's gonna wait patiently for the perfect opportunity to strike.
This is his moment, but is there enough follow through and a follow up from this? Turtle's gonna go for a reset. Oh,
crossbow attack onto Domeng. There's a 1v1 between the two both laners.
Oh, they're duking it out.
Okay, now good zone here for Renegade onto King Kong as Aurora works on the turtle. They will get an uncontested turtle. Now they want to go for more. Working on Brusco. Will there be a counter attack coming in from FNATIC though? And there was almost a kill from Kelra onto Domeng. He was able to cast a crossbow attack, but still lacked the damage. Do it. He canceled this recall. He wanted to go for Kelra.
Oh, he wants the kill.
The next standard might fall in the hands though of Super Prince and Kirk. There's the counter attack and the recall from Kirk.
Kirk. Oh man, you gotta love that. You gotta love their recall here. Renegade, does he want to fight this?
Okay, they're able to avoid the Curse of Blood. Brusco, King Kong, Super Prince is here. Real manipulation again from Super Prince. Bounty zone, but Kirk's gonna fall down. They want to go for more. King Kong has to escape. They're up against 4. And there was a trade Aurora was willing to take.
Good fight there. I was a little worried for Aurora, but luckily they rotated fast enough. They got that down. They also got the flicker out from Super Prince, and then Demon Kite swept in, got the Soul Sever off. So that's the thing. It's respectable damage, especially with the Suyo here. It does get the BOD now locked in, so he's got the Hunter Strike, the Blade of Despair. So that damage is starting to come online. Even so for Domeng, it was a very aggressive, I'm going to take you out, Kelra. He got him. And so now he is also in a position where, all right, he's better off, right? He's got 2 of the items that he needs, Starlium Scythe and the Feather of Heaven. They're good. At this point, Rora, if they can catch a member or 2 off from FNATIC ONIC, play into the fact that Renegade, yes, his job is literally get a stun and maybe drop that Curse of Blood. If he can do that, or they follow through off of Edward's penalty zone for these fights when this Lord comes up, that's going to be great for them. But look at this push. Kelra just going full force on this tier 2, unbothered down the bottom.
Yeah, he knows that in terms of 1v1 up against Domeng, he's going to have a hard time. Again, this is a Harriet that has an advantage, especially at this part of the game. So as much as possible, he's going to try and avoid those 1v1 skirmishes and make use of the mobility of 1-1 and just go for the turret pushes as FNATIC ONIC works on the Lord.
All right, they're going to go ahead and spot out Kelra here. Lord is up at this point. FNATIC, uh-oh.
King Kong goes in with a fracture though. Okay, Kelra just continuing to free hit.
All All right, they'll keep him at bay. No one presses it forward. You can still see if they can play around some of the macro, push the side lanes, put some pressure somewhere else, they'll go for it. But with this minor lead that FNOP has, they can play into it. King Kong picking up the endless battle. Edward.
King Kong's up top. Aurora, will they burst down this Lord though? They're respecting the 2.7k gold lead that FNATIC has, and the potential of FNATIC to just go for the kills instead of the objectives.
Just trying to spot out what he can. Knows where Demon Kite is now too, so they'll go ahead and get repositioned. No one really has to commit to the Lord at this point because either team can really just win a team fight, right? There's nothing hugely in favor of FNATIC's lineup except for the fact that, again, rear ward manipulation around the Lord is great. So that's why you see, even for Aurora, they kind of have to worry about where's that setup going to come from, where is also there going to be a jump in. That's always the problem when it comes to these fights. Brusco jumping in. RORA also holding down the front. He's going to go in for the stun.
Okay, Curse of Blood. Going to be casted, but Kelra, though, still able to free hit. Edward has to use the penalties on the walk away. AOG! Connecting on to 2. A double kill from Brusco. King Kong works on Demon Kite as Demon Kite backs away. And a perfectly executed Lord Dance for the Sonics.
I don't know, man. I think Brusco's after the MVP again. This Garakacha. You can't even run away. You have one way to exit, and he's just like, nope, that's not happening. Boom, Avatar of the Guardian. We're going to take a look at the Infinix replay once again of this fight. It was quite messy. Like, RORA goes for the stun, and then boom, Unbreakable gets the taunt, forces a defensive penalty zone, sees the opening, charges up, Avatar of the Guardian, hero landing, Brusco, double. Like, this is why I don't know, you gotta not give up the Garakacho in this kind of series, especially with this kind of case. Like, you lose those fights, you lose those battles too easily.
And this is what you were saying even down to game number 1. Like, if the AOG is being casted in your Turisla,
yeah,
like,
where are you gonna go?
Where are you gonna go?
You already defensively used
your penalty zone
and the flicker. Like, you're a sitting duck, you know? You're not gonna get far from that. Here it is again.
Okay, AOG again connecting on to 3 just to zone out and make sure FNATIC will indeed secure an inhibitor turret. Curse of Blood will be casted as well, but the Kelra is able to walk away though. In exchange for Brusco, FNATIC ONIC might be able to get an inhibitor in the bottom. As soon as the minions will arrive, beautiful manipulation coming in from Super Friends though. And Aurora just continuing their immense defense. And now here comes Kelra, trying to work on RORA. He had no stacks yet for Kelra for the crossbow of Tang, as Domin casts a Zaman Force to make sure to defend the inhibitor turrets.
That time around, Brusco jumps in, hoping that they can at least get that turret off that first Lord. Doesn't happen, so RORA does go ahead and defend successfully. 1 HP on that turret left, but nonetheless, a good defense given the circumstances. So we have to start thinking, all right, RORA. They show that they can fight, they show that they have capabilities, and yes, they're down 5,000 gold, but they're in a position where they can at least fight. They can at least go toe-to-toe. Not sure if they'd actually completely win as long as they're fighting into that death box, and that's where this is difficult. Interesting pickup, by the way, the Malefic gun. This is an item that you don't see often. It was brought up of all those items that come up, but not many people pick it up. It increases that range, so this is also going to help Kelra, hopefully get that air time a little bit faster, a little bit easier to get those weak points down as it increases the range. So
yeah, he misses that Beatrix.
Yeah, he misses
the sniper
Beatrix.
from Beatrix.
He misses the sniper. But you know what? Overall, because Kelra doesn't have to worry about too much. You know, like it's more so of what is RORA going to do and how does he respond from it. And a lot of times when you have this Garakacha, you just respond to him and where he's jumping in from.
Yeah, it's like follow the leader. In this case, follow the Brusco. Follow the
Brusco.
AOG. And for Aurora, the thing is, you have a lot of kit. You have the Curse of Blood, you have the penalty zone, a lot even Zaman Force, and of course the ult coming in from Yue. I think at this point, with the lead established by FNATIC ONIC, 6.2k, you need at least all to connect. So you have a chance in going up against the Sonic, especially with the second Lord.
Even with that lead, look at this. They're still going to take some time off this Lord. Not going, oh no!
RORA goes in with the Curse of Blood onto the backline, but gonna get punished by King Kong with the Fracture. AOG again, coming in from Brusco, but Doming answers right back with a kill of his own as Kirk brings down Domek. And here
Kelra.
comes Kelra all the way from the back, working on Demon Kite. Not even afraid to go up against two. Edward getting back up a kill onto Kurt. And a 1v1 between Kelra and Yue. And that's it. King Kong works on the base, but Demon Kite and Edward is here. They have minions onto the bottom lane. It's going to be enhanced. Kelra just continuing to work on Edward. Here comes the crossbow attack. Eventually he's going to bring down Legend Zero. Legend Zero stays alive. And the defense from Aurora will succeed.
Oh, I thought that was going to be it, man, but unfortunately not enough. And King Kong was marching in with those minions. But Rora will live to fight another day. That body of Smith passive really came in clutch there for Redwood. Not going down, but right now the Lord is up. FNOP will go ahead and get in position for this. Rora, it looks like they still want to fight, possibly, to try to steal this away or do something. But again, they're just throwing their bodies towards FNOP, really wanting to fight. Oh, waiting for a better result.
Okay, AOG coming in from Brusco all the way to the back. And Demon Kai gets the Lord, but they're going to bring down Domek, Renegade, and Demon Kai. FNATIC ONIC doesn't care about the Lord. They want to go for the kill. Goodbye, Yue. Goodbye, Game 2. FNATIC is on match point.
Took them a little bit longer, but they're going to charge up and wait to march into the base here as they go and show off. They're all charged up.
FNATIC just savoring the moments, and again, thunder, lightning, brighter than the lights of Aurora. Match point for the top seed this season.
Thunder struck right there, FNATIC ONIC Philippines. They make it look too easy right now. What's going on here? This is definitely a refined version of what we even saw in the regular season. If you could get